Hi, my lovies. Here we go, part two. Now, for some reason, I'm having trouble uploading my first video that I did with you guys. I don't know if the internet is not working properly. With iPhones, for some reason, we need internet, we need the Wi-Fi to be working properly, and we got a big storm going on here, and I don't know if it knocked the power out, but the first video was not uploading on the new iPhone X, which really isn't new because the newest one is getting ready to come out, and I'm super excited because I'm team iPhone. But anyway, I like to be silly. Silly is awesome. And guess what? You know what? Every time I come on the video, I gotta throw a little some things in there. I don't always got the whole video got to be about magic. I mean, magic is beautiful. That's what I'm here to teach. But we can talk about other things too, correct? Right. Okay, so I will make sure that I mark this video part two so you guys know in case this one uploads first, which one to watch first, okay? So, as we were discussing in the first video, a mix of a little bit everything, I wanted to also be very understanding on why I am a stickler on making at least 3 holes in your candle when you're doing magic to your candle. Okay, because I've come again across some YouTube videos, and this thing will be uploaded by the end of the night. I promise you that, Simo to be, because I'm going to go figure out and reset everything with this Wi-Fi. I don't know why. The only thing I would have to go, being that I used to be Team Samsung, okay, until the battery blew up. I always worked with an iPhone, but, you know, I really liked the Android. And then the battery blew up in the Note 4. And then out came the Note something, and it was blowing up in people's ears. You couldn't take it on the whatever. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm strictly everything iPhone. So everything I have is an iPhone. And the only thing I wish Apple would do differently is not needing Wi-Fi to upload or download or do any of that. It's quite annoying. Like, quite annoying playing with this hair. It's getting wrapped around my piercings, my demo piercings, and it's really annoying me. So, okay, back to basics. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this candle. Now, we're going to hypothetically pretend, not hypothetically, why do I love that word, hypothetically? Now, here is a beautiful, almost perfect centered wick. When you're going to get a magic candle, when we open our metaphysical store, one of the things that I am going to be on top of is the center of the wick. Because if you get a candle and this wick is not almost completely in the center or damn near close to the center, and you don't know how to fix this sucker, you are going to have a wrong reading of this candle because of the wick burn. Unless you are very excuse me, let me fix this. I don't have a cameraman. Unless you are you specialize in reading candles because you're a spellcaster. Now, I came across a video, and again, I don't discredit anybody's teaching. I just watch a little bit of everybody's teaching because I'm always the student before I'm the teacher. I like to learn, so then I can teach what I think is false and correct. And she dressed her candle, but she only made 1 hole. Now, the reason why I believe working with at least 3 holes being my favorite, if not more, whatever you would want to work with, I work in 3s, is because if you make 1 hole in the candle, the purpose of the holes is not just to get all the oils and all your herbs to run down into the candle so that it doesn't mess with the wick. Because if you put too much oil in your candle or too many herbs in your candle, it can affect the wick. The wick can go out to the point where you cannot relight it, and you will have to do this candle all over again. And it will be at your expense, not the client's fault. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why you're supposed to always make sure you have holes in your candle when you're dressing your candle. And I also can do that for you too. If you would not want me to do your spell for you in my home, I can always dress the candle for you and mail it out. Donations only. But the reason why I don't believe in making 1 hole is because When you're dressing your candle, just like if you're dressing the outside of the candle, just like if you're doing a petition like we did, like we went over in the first video, the imperative and the importance of a petition and the way you should fold it and what you should do with it afterwards. It's the same thing with a candle. If I'm writing on the outside of the candle, okay, where I have the glass cases where the candle, I put the candle in there and there's room to slip the candle out and in. And then there's candles like these where the candle will not come out, okay? But the importance of dressing the candle, if you're going to dress the outside of the candle, is just like a petition. You're going to dress the candle up if you want it to come with any herbs or oils or anything that you want to do. You're going to go up with the candle because you want it to come. If you want something to go away, you're going to take your herbs and your oils and you're going to go down with the candle and you're going to sweep that right away. Bye. Goodbye. And come on. Come on. So it's the same thing with the holes. By the way, this is called an athame or atham, however you want to pronounce it. I always work with my athame, atham, or I'll even use one of my wands. Okay, you can use any utensil you want as long as you're going to get deep down into this candle. I mean, as far down into this candle as possible. Okay, that's very important to get as far down as you can without hurting yourself or breaking the candle. Always remember, I don't have my sage stick right here. It's over there burning in my cauldron. But you always want to make sure that you either have a combination of all of this or at least one of this when you're cleansing your candles and your utensils. Florida oil or water, which I make. Rose water, which I make. Basil water, which I make. Holy oil, which I make, handmade. Me and my coven sisters make. And then we get it straight imported from Israel as well in the store. For people who are in a rush and need holy oil right away. Because everything that we make, you know, you have to pre-order it because we make it and we make it in a ritual. So I'm going to go forth with this, okay? And I'll sage everything afterwards because I do have sage going on. So I want this to come to this person. I want this to work for this client. So I would take the front of the candle and I would point it to me. And I would take and make my 3 holes. And I'm not going to go all the way down at the moment, okay? And I'm going to go 3 clockwise. Because I work with 3s clockwise. But I'm going to go as far down as I can. You see how beautiful that looks? Now, if I wanted it to go away, okay, say I'm unhexing somebody or I'm uncursing somebody, then I would take my utensil, whatever it is that you're using, and I would go work with 3s. You can work with 5s, you can work with 9s, whatever you want to do. I go counterclockwise. That means I'm taking it away. I'm sending it back. I'm getting rid of it. But the whole purpose, again, of working with the holes is, number 1, is to make sure that you have enough holes where your oils and your herbs can get all the way down and saturate the candle all the way to the bottom so that you have a beautiful, clean burn. It's not interrupting the wick and it's not interrupting anything else, okay? The second reason why is because you can't have one hole saying whether it's coming or it's going. You can't do that with one hole. So when I seen her video, I was like, okay, you know, cool. This is how she teaches. This is what she believes in. But let me go ahead and do a video of my own, letting people know why I don't believe in that, why I was taught differently, and the reasons why I don't believe in that. So at least work with 3 holes. And if you have a better number than that, like a more favorite number than that, work with more. But I don't think you want to go around there and make so many holes that you can't even see the top of the candle. No, you can't do that now. I mean, come on, beeps. But, you know, 3 holes is beautiful. Look up the number 3. It's angelic. It's beautiful. If you want to work with 4 or 5, go ahead. But now you know the importance of why you should have holes in your candle, how many you should work with, the reason why you should work with more than one, okay, and what you can use to make those holes, okay. And like I said, try to get as far down as you can in the candle without hurting yourself or breaking the glass. 4 for clean burning of the candle and not destroying the wick. Another thing, these are usually a 7 to 14 day candle. Okay, for safety reasons and purposes, you never want to keep a candle lit in your home when you're not around. If you're running to the corner store and you don't have no kids in your house, you can put it in a bathtub or even in a cast iron pan that's huge. I do put them in my tub. I don't have young children in my home or whatever, but I won't even say that. Snuff it out or take your fingers if you have strong fingers like mine and do this and just put it out and come back and relight it. It doesn't matter. Once you've lit it and you gave it to Mother Universe and it's out into the universe, it doesn't matter how many times you have to snuff this out. The magic is already going out to the universe. But you need to protect your home or wherever you're living and the protection of yourself and others. So snuff it out. If you ever go like this and blow this flame out, I don't care if it's accidental, throw it away and redo it. You destroyed the magic. That is an absolute universal law, and if anybody tells you different, they were taught wrong, and I'm going to say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and my phone is slipping. Oh, goodness. Slipping. So, please, never blow the flame out of a candle. It is absolute must. Do not blow this flame out. You will have destroyed the magic. I can promise you that. Okay, as I said in many other videos before, you cannot rush magic. Why can you not rush magic? Because who are you? Who am I? Who are we to tell Mother Universe when she should grant the magic and how fast she should grant the magic? Who are we to tell that boss that we're trying to get that job with when he should hire us and how he should hire us? We have no right. It's like going out into our garden and planting a bunch of beautiful herbs or beautiful vegetables for that nice, delicious salad that we want for dinner or lunch that day. If you keep going out into the yard and you keep digging up seeds to see if they're growing, you're going to have destroyed that plant, correct? Well, that's just like magic. Now, somebody had asked me one day, well, what's the difference with we doing 5 money candles and me constantly asking you what's going on with my spell? What's the difference? Are they rushing? Are they both rushing magic? No. First of all, practice makes perfect. I do a money spell every single day of my life. Okay? And it has got me completely successful. Completely successful. I do it with bay leaves. I constantly say it. I do spells. My coven sisters do them for me as well. I do things for them. When we get tired, we work for one another. We work with each other. And when we get tired, one of us will pull through for the other one. And that's just the way it goes. Okay? So rushing magic is not doing 4 of these. If you said, hey, Lady Lisa, I want 4 money candles done tonight on the full moon. That's not rushing magic. Rushing magic is when I say to you, be patient, okay? If you keep coming to me and you keep saying, well, I didn't get no money yet. You did a money spell for this person and you told everybody in group that she just won a bunch of money, but nothing happened to me yet. Well, then you're doubting, as I told you in the first video. And when you doubt, you're going to most likely have canceled that spell or had it backfire. And you always want a spell to cancel out and fail before you want it to backfire, because anything that you're getting done, if it backfires, it's going to come back and give you what you wanted, but in the opposite form tenfold. So if you're doing a money spell and you rush that magic and you have that spell fail, well, then it's going to reverse itself and come back to you and destroy the little bit or the money that you do have tenfold, rather than giving you money. So just trust and believe, and if not me, in the divine, in Mother Universe. Trust and believe in her timing is the right timing. And I could do 5 of these tonight for 5 different clients. One will wake up tomorrow with money in her account or his account it can't be accounted for. Another will have come across the free phone. Money comes in all ways, shapes, sizes, and forms. So when it works for you is when it works for you. But all you need to do is believe and trust. Really, it's that simple. Okay. Now, If I'm going a little bit fast, it's because I'm trying so hard not to lose your attention. Real quickly, me and my coven sisters, we make homemade puppets, okay? They're lovely little thingies. And we make them in all different colors. Some are a little heavier, some are a little thinner, but they're homemade. Nonetheless, you could tell they're homemade. Does the color have any significance in what you're doing with the puppet? Absolutely not. Okay, so you would think if you got a white puppet, that would mean you're doing the white puppet for health. Well, it's just like a black candle. You can use a black candle to absorb negativity and use a white candle to hex somebody. Puppets are made to either use them for health or use them to destroy. Okay, now this one was done not too long ago, and this one is getting ready to be done on the full moon. This one is going to be to, well, I'd rather not say at the moment. But if you can look at this one, as you can see, this was already done prior for a client during the full moon energy. And it was not to hurt the person that is written on this puppet, but just to, without saying too much, destroy them. And guess what? Again, I don't believe in karma. I only do what the client asked. It is up to Mother Universe to grant the spell, and it's up to the client to make the spell work. Okay? This is what the client wanted. The client is going to have no repercussions for doing this because the person that got this is evil. Okay? So, in another video, if you want me to, I can demonstrate to you how to work puppets. Okay? How to work puppets. When I and my sister covens make our homemade puppets, they have to be pre-ordered at least 2 weeks in advance. Color means nothing. It has no significance at all in your spell working, or if I do it for you. Okay, yeah, so if you want me to do that, I could do that. I could do another video on, I can show you how to do the puppet, or I can show you how I do the puppet I would be doing the puppet for you in my home. And then what do I do with the puppet afterwards? That will be for another video, okay? But sometimes a client wants the puppet buried. Sometimes the client wants the puppet around so they can inbox me and say, hey, can you stick them in the leg today? Can you bend his little leg backwards so we can feel that today? And as I'm doing this, the person that had this done to them, they're going to feel this. They're going to feel this, okay? It's real. It's real. And a lot of the things that I show you on YouTube, I don't do. My sister covens do it. And the reason, did you see that word go by? The reason why they do it is so that it can't come back on me. And the reason why I do things for them is so that it can't come back on them. And that will be for another video as well. Okay? And, okay, another reason why I'm a stickler on when I'm unhexing somebody and I say to the person, you cannot speak about the spell. The reason why you can't speak about the spell is because if I'm unhexing you and I'm sending the hex back to the sender, if the sender gets word that which I wouldn't do it, I would have one of my coven sisters do it because I learned the hard way. Not that it ever got back to me, but it almost did. The reason why you hush hush is because magic whispers. And if it gets back to the sender that it's coming their way, they're going to cancel it out and send it back. And then the person who's hexed is going to stay hexed. And then I'm in harm's way and so is my family. Or whoever is sending it back is in harm's way and so is their family. So that's why you stay hush hush while the hex is being returned or anything that you're reversing is being returned. You must stay quiet while a spell is being done. Once the spell is done, you want to tell everybody about it, how wonderful it was, and give references and do this and that and a third. That's wonderful. But please, 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 when a spell is getting done for you, whether it be myself, or you're doing it for the first time, or somebody else, it weakens the magic and it can put people in harm's way in the spiritual world, not the physical world. Because nothing I do here on YouTube and nothing I teach is harmful in the physical world. We don't do that stuff. We're grown, adult, mature people, okay? And we only return hexes and we only reverse things, and we only hex when somebody is really, really, really deserving of it. Other than that, we're not putting our time and energy into any of that. Okay. So the last thing that I really want to go over with you is hypnotizing. Now, warning. Warning, warning, warning. Do not do this to anyone or at home until you have done it at least one time. But here's the thing. You have studied it. You have mastered it. And now you're going to practice it. Just don't go ahead and do it, please, because you can do more harm than you can do good. When I am hypnotizing people, or I'm requested to come out and hypnotize people, I'm either hypnotizing the person to see if they're infected with demonic spirits, or I'm hypnotizing you to get the truth out of you for one of your loved ones, or I'm hypnotizing you to make you break bad habits and begin beautiful habits, okay? First thing and foremost, before you hypnotize anyone, you have to make sure that they are well aware that they're getting ready to be hypnotized. You have to get permission, okay? Without that, it's not going to work, trust me. You need to be in a nice, calm setting because you want the client or the person to be relaxed as possible. You want the temperature to be perfect, no phones, no alerts, no TV going off, no children running around, nothing to interrupt it. If you want people in the room watching it so they can see how it gets done or videotaping it, that's fine. But there has to be complete and utter silence, okay? Now, when you're looking for pendulums, wherever you want to go get your pendulum from, okay, there's all types of pendulums, and this can actually be used as a pendulum, but really what it is a drowsing device, and this is what I use to hypnotize people, my black onyx drowsing device. Now, you can use it for a pendulum, absolutely. I've done it many a times. However, there are pendulums, and then there are drowsing devices. And again, it will say drowsing device / pendulum, meaning you can use this for a pendulum. However, I use it for hypnotizing. Okay? So we're going to hypothetically, real quickly, before I lose your interest. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell button, so you get alerts when I go on, especially if I go live. If you have any lovely comments to leave below, please feel free to do so. If you leave anything negative, you're just going to be blocked and reported because we don't tolerate negativity or hate or cyberbullying. Nah, you can take that and give it to the snakes and the rats out here in the world. We don't want that in our life. We ain't got time for that. Okay? But once I reach a certain amount of viewers, I'm going to sneak surprise you guys with some wonderful, wonderful giveaways and some beautiful readings to people I have never seen before in my life. And I am going to blow your mind away with the things that I know about you that I couldn't have known. And you're going to be like, wow, this lady is not no fake. So mote be. So what I do personally is I get permission from the person to be hypnotized. They agree. I make sure that they're relaxed. Okay, however they want to be relaxed. The lights off, a candle burning, their comfortable chair. If they have a teddy bear or a doll or a pillow that they like to go to bed with or a blanket. You want to make sure they're not hot, they're not freezing. And, you know, I get them to blow in and out, take 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out, okay? And then I'll begin. And, you know, I'll make them watch my drowsing device go back and forth, and I'll make sure that they're totally concentrating on the device, okay? And then I'll do my little saying, which I'm not going to tell you how I do it. And then once I am counted down, I will say you are now asleep, and under my full instructions and only my instructions, and in my instructions only. Once I know that they're hypnotized, I will ask them their name. Sometimes it takes a minute or 2, 3 minutes before they answer because they're not quite sure what's going on. And only my voice can they hear. And I embed it so far in their subconscious that it will go on with them the rest of their lives. Okay? I actually just did it to my husband today. All honesty. Then once I have them hypnotized, okay, we will work with what's going on, what the problem at hand is going on. Once we have solved the problem and everybody is satisfied with what's going on, then I will wake the person up. I will say, I'm getting ready to count, and when I get to 1, you will hear the snap of my fingers and you will wake up. Now, if you're getting hypnotized and it's real, you're going to want to vomit.